Welcome back to another episode of Organizing Tune-Ups with your host, Jessica Littman, where we break down big organizing concepts into small, bite-sized chunks you can do every day for 5 to 15 minutes. We are going to be covering using timers as a technique to help you declutter and organize. By using timers, it really helps create this mindset that organizing doesn't have to be overwhelming. So with this timer technique, if you are somebody who really gets overwhelmed by the amount of time, the initial start of organizing just gets you too worked up and you just give up before you even start, using timers could totally benefit you. Now, there are a few strategies when it comes to timer techniques. So I'm going to kind of break down the 3 techniques that I've found beneficial. The first one is 15-minute blocks. Now, these 15-minute blocks really have worked for a lot of my followers, subscribers, listeners, and virtual organizing clients. The biggest piece I've found is when you set the timer for 15 minutes, you have to start with a plan. So when you start with a plan, you need just where am I working? You need one space. It's not going to be the pantry. It will be a shelf in the pantry. It's not going to be your closet. It could be 12 hangers in your closet. You have to be very specific with your plan when you are using the 15-minute timer technique, because it will give you action steps and it will guide you to this is my focus. So you can start organizing without feeling overwhelmed by the task. Oh, I can decide on 12 pieces of clothes. Oh, I can go through one bin of snacks. I can do 1 corner of the counter. I can go through 1 basket of bins. By being really specific with your 15 minutes, it's not going to be overwhelming because you have an end time set. So that is one timer technique. That's the one I personally prefer. I do well with 15-minute increments unless I know it's a big organizing project, and then there are other techniques you can do for that. So if you do have bigger organizing projects, the Pomodoro Technique can really benefit you in regards to that. So the Pomodoro Technique uses 25-minute increments of work, 5-minute break, 25-minute work, 5-minute break, and you repeat this cycle. So to do a true Pomodoro technique, it is 4 repetitions of that. So it's 2 hours of your time. If that is too much, you can do the 25 minutes with 5-minute break, 25 minutes, 5-minute break, and then take a longer break if need be. That's kind of a modified Pomodoro technique. The reason why that works is because you are motivated for that 5-minute break. So you are able to really focus your attention on something. This technique really has been used a lot for studying. I found it does work for organizing when you come in with a plan. If you're going to organize your pantry, you have 25 minutes. So first sorting all your stuff, then you take a 5-minute break. Okay, then I'm going to put all the stuff back. Okay, then 5-minute break. I'm going to label all the things, 5-minute break, and then you're just going to clean up and throw away unwanted stuff. And then you're done. So by really streamlining your process, it works really well. Now, the third technique is called time blocking, and I have a Time Blocking for Moms workbook that I personally love because when it comes to time blocking your day, it really helps kind of grouping tasks together and then using that block of time in order to get more done in a smaller amount of time. So with time blocking, I personally found I need to write out all of my tasks. This is just my process for time blocking. I know there are other processes, but this is what we're just going to discuss because this is what I've seen have the most effect for people who get overwhelmed with the amount of stuff they have to do and feel like all you're doing is going back and forth between all of the things. So with this type of time blocking, write down all the things you have to do. So if you have to go do returns and donate clothes and drop things off to people and all of these outside tasks, let's say, you can group them together based on location and then use your hour block in order to get those errands and tasks done. Also, it's a great way to get the donation stuff out of your house. Because if you are one that finds like, oh, I have all these piles of donations, either like in my, by my back door, in my garage, in the trunk of my car, by creating these blocks of time for you, and you create kind of like a path of, okay, well, if I stop at, this place to drop this off and this place, and you create like a path for yourself in order to donate and sell or reuse items, then it really gives you the time to like not have to go to all of these different places at once. In terms of organizing, what you can do when time blocking is group like tasks together. So if you have kids' artwork, you have mail, you have paperwork and other documents, you can set a block of time, 15, 30, 45 an hour, usually in 15-minute chunks. You set that block of time, you set your timer, and you complete that task. Then you stop, take a break, and then continue on with that. Again, all of these techniques are pretty much just the same kind of flow. It's the amount of time in which you can put into that time block that you are creating for yourself. By time blocking, you are grouping the like tasks together. So everything that's like similar. So all the paper. So all you have to do is sit and go through all of the paper in one sitting. If you are going through photos, go through photos in one sitting. If you are going through, pick digital stuff, set that timer, go through all the digital stuff, and that's all you're focusing on instead of a specific area. So time blocking is more category based. Pomodoro Technique is more, I personally think it's more larger task based. And then the 15-minute block is for those micro declutter moments. You pick the timer technique based on the task you want to accomplish. And then that is how you can really create a sense of calm when it comes to organizing, because you have a strategy, you have a technique, and you have a plan as to how you are going to accomplish these things. So if you find yourself super overwhelmed by all of the things and you don't even know where to start, try one of these timer techniques and see how that goes. Make sure to comment below where you're watching this video and let me know if you've tried any of these timer techniques. I'll see you in the next one.